Hey, yo, check this out. We got a real great service provided for you right now. If you're a serious artist looking to perfect your craft, get your music out there in front of millions and millions of views, then look no further than right here. Hip Hop News Uncensored, Raw Hip Hop News, and the Uncensored True podcast are now running specials to promote your product. If you're serious about promoting your product on YouTube, email me right here at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com or my brother OGod at hiphopun.com for further information. If you're serious about your craft, very affordable pricing. Let's go. Wait no further. Look into it right now. Emails in the description box. Hit us up. You already know.
Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored True podcast. I am your brother OGod from Hip Hop News Uncensored. Sitting across from me is my co-host.
What it do? What's good? It's your brother Sam at Raw Hip Hop News. We're in the building, man. Another episode of the Uncensored True podcast. Shout out to everybody listening on SoundCloud, YouTube. Yeah. We're in the building, man. It's good to be back. What's good, OGod? What you been up to, man?
What's good, man? And tell everybody about your little trip, man. You was over there, Ocho Rios, Jamaica, man.
Yeah, man. I went out there to see my people out in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Yes, celebrating the wife's birthday, whatever. Guan. To the people out there in Jamaica, out there, man, showed us mad love, gave us the island herb. You hear me? You know what I mean? We was out there chilling. Mad seeds in y'all motherfucking herb. I got to show y'all a little bit of what we got out here in Jersey. But needless to say, we had a real good time, man. Right. It's good to be back to work. Real hyped up to really get to this podcast. It's working.
Y'all had no loud out there, though, Jamaica?
No loud.
None at all.
Nah, it's Reggie. I mean, it did the job. I'm not gonna act like it didn't do the job, but you seeds and shit, like we ain't accustomed to that. Stem long, it was
10 years ago.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's definitely a little different. I smoked some authentic weed. I'll put it that way. We know that shit was real and it was natural, right, to say the least. But it was a real good time, like I said. And next time I know to be calling some real islanders because maybe they got the blue shit. You know what I mean, sitting there deep away. But it was a beautiful, beautiful scenery, man. Real great people. I can't wait to get out there and really get to touch some of the people out there and really get to help because I've seen a lot of you know what I mean, people out there just grinding, kids selling fruit on the side of the road. You've seen just how people live away from the lavish way that we get to live out here in America. So it was real dope to see other cultures, different cultures. I look forward to seeing it more. And yeah, man, can't wait to get back out there.
No doubt. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother OGod and Sam, man. We are back, and we also want to announce that we're going to be doing our Friday night live show starting September the 1st. We're going to be coming every night live, interacting with the people. Pause. I got to say pause. Yeah. Pause. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be interacting with the people, and whatnot, live on Hip Hop News Uncensored. And so, yeah, stay tuned for that, man.
Definitely. October 27th, OGod. You ain't telling. 26th and 27th. We got some major news. If you didn't see on social media, you're going to know right now. You've been hearing us promote TK Kirkland's album, Gangsta Conversation, the comedy album he has dropping in October. Well, Caroline's on Broadway. We all know the legendary Caroline's on Broadway. You hear it often on Breakfast Club with a lot of the comedians that come through. Well, he'll be there at his album release party, and so will your boys, the Uncensored True podcast. Yes, Indeed, will be in the building along with your boy Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee from Lip Service, Doggy Diamonds, the Aisha Davis or Diaz, podcast, as well as a number of other dope podcasts will be in the building that evening. We'll be dropping more information as it comes along. TK Kirkland, yeah, man.
They see the flyer. Y'all see it.
It's in there right now.
You know what I'm saying? This is a stepping stone to some greater things. We definitely appreciate the opportunity and, salute to all the other people that are on the panel, as well. But yeah, man, we're going to jump into the latest hip hop stories, of the week. It's been a few days, but we're ready to get right back into this, fist deep, knee deep, whatever you want to call it. So let's jump to this one first, man. Your boy, Young Dolph put a little video up today explaining why he's turning down a $22 million record deal. That's right, you heard it. Young Dolph says he's turning down a $22 million record deal. I'm gonna play the video and then we're gonna get into this, Sam, man. Check it out.
Let's do it.
Man, I got myself in a fucked up ass situation, dog. I don't know what the fuck to do, dog. Nah, man, really tell you the truth, I do know what to do, but I'm gonna let y'all know what's going on. But for the last 6 months, I've been having a motherfucking $22 million contract debating on shit I do the deal or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, should I take the $22 million? Or fuck the $22 million? Fuck the $22 million.
So Young Dolph, put this video up pretty much saying that he's turning down a $22 million record deal. He had a few months, you know, to contemplate that. Limited information here, you know, but what do you think about that? You know, initially knowing about the 360 and, you know, being in, you know, you're in music yourself, so you could tell us a little bit about this. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's much information that needs to be known. $22 million. If that's thrown at anybody who needs it, they're taking it. That's a lot of fucking money, $22 million. And that's why, as a good businessman, it took him the months it took him to really contemplate the thought. Somebody throwing $22 million at you, you definitely have to weigh out your options. For him to say, hell no, and laugh at it the way he did, tells me a lot. One, tells me that ain't shit to him. He's getting money, which a lot of them brothers out in the South who are doing their music and making their money are. You don't see them in contracts. They're very independent and making their money. And that's why I shout out to the South. Your Gucci Mans, Yo Gotti's, and the list goes on and on. Young Dolph being in that situation now. So he has that money. That money's sitting right there ready for him. On top of the fact that he doesn't need it. If he's doing it on his own, he's making money off his own merchandise, making money off his own tours. Why go and sign a $22 million contract when I'm making that trip?
I think that a lot of these rappers, some of them underestimate, but he's one of them that kind of understands his power and how much money he can actually generate on his own. And he don't really want to split necessarily, you know, might not want to get in that type of situation like where you said he can kind of just do it on his own. You got these different platforms. You got YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all these different platforms where you're directly to the consumer. Anybody who's smart but want to keep that relationship and say, you know, I don't really need a deal. But then you got some of your people who, you know, some people say that the 360 is good. Not to get too deep into this conversation. We've done it a lot here, but it's just like, you know, these dudes are money machines. You got all these different brands attaching to these people now. You know what I mean? Puma, different. So the brands see the value in these people. I think that these rappers need to start seeing more of their value, because this $22 million deal, who knows what it could have turned into? You know, on his own, he probably can make 100.
That's what I'm saying. And right. But the crazy thing is, what you're talking, what do you mean as far as marketing? You saying he should have signed the $22 million based off of the perks that he could have gained from it? Not saying, okay.
I'm saying that he could make way more,
exactly.
You know, outside of, you know, that, because like you said, if you need it, it seems like a lot,
right? But
if you know your worth and your value, you can say, you know what, I can make that in 2 or 3 years on my own.
If my social media is cooking, if I got everything going on and I'm making 100% off my gate on my tour, making 100% off my merchandise, right. 100% off of everything, and then I don't have to turn around and give that to anybody. We don't know if that was $22 million a year. We're talking about a wholly different conversation. That's a lot of money,
right?
Different, but we're talking about over a span of some years. That's not a lot of bread when you figure that he could probably make, I don't know, a couple million off of tours per 6-7 months. That's a lot of fucking money on top of the music, on top of having control over all of that. Because even in 360, I think that when we hear 360, we think that's a year clip. No, that's time. They just, you know what I mean, 360.
And remember who he comes up under? Gucci.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So Gucci, you just alluded to.
Exactly.
So it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Good business people out there in the South. Shout out to Memphis. Sir. Shout out to where's your Young Dolph from? He's Tennessee, right?
I want to say that.
I think he's Tennessee.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, man. They did out there doing business in the South.
Yep. If we're wrong, crucify us, but I'm pretty sure. But shout out to Dolph.
They will.
Yeah. You already know. You know. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God and Sam, man. We're going all the way in today. We need a little bit of participation from people on YouTube. Please go ahead and hit the like button and make sure you share this video. And peace and salute to our new audience on SoundCloud or wherever you're hearing this, because we don't know where it is. But, peace to everybody, out there. Sam, man, Madonna, you had that audio cued. She was at the VMAs, and Queen, as we know, Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin passed away, last week, and she was supposed to, pretty much it was a tribute to her, if I'm not mistaken, and people criticized Madonna because she spoke, a lot about herself. But Sam, man, has the audio. We'll go ahead and listen to it and give our 1-2 on it.
Let's do it.
Aretha Louise Franklin changed the course of my life. I left Detroit when I was 18. $35 in my pocket. My dream was to make it as a professional dancer. After years of struggling and being broke, I decided to go to auditions for musical theater.
I can see why people.
I heard the pay was better. I had no training or dreams of ever becoming a singer, but I went for it. I got cut and rejected from every audition. Not tall enough, not blended in enough, not 12-octave range enough. not pretty enough, not enough. And then one day, a French disco sensation was looking for backup singers and dancers for his world tour. I thought, why not? The worst that can happen is I can go back to getting robbed, held at gunpoint, and being mistaken for a prostitute. In my third floor walk-up, there was also a crack house. That's right, I'm a rebel heart. So I showed up to the audition, and two very large French record producers sat in the empty theater, daring me to be amazing. The dance audition went well. Then they asked me if I had sheet music and a song prepared. I panicked. I had overlooked this important part of the audition process. I had to think fast. My next meal was on the line. Fortunately, one of my favorite albums was Lady Soul by Aretha Franklin. I blurted out, "You make me feel." Silence. "You make me feel like a natural woman." Two French guys nodded at me. I said, "You know, by Aretha Franklin." Again. They looked.
What you saw?
Well, her outfit.
Huh?
You see her outfit?
I did.
Okay. I know that was one of the things that was people kind of backlash. A lot of people are saying cultural appropriation, or not cultural, but culture vulturing, or why that's just the outfit. But let's get to the Aretha Franklin. A lot of people were outraged because she did speak about her, but it just wasn't, I guess, she made it more, I guess 80 to 90% about more so of her. Do you see a problem with that? I mean, I it's a slippery slope. I kind of agree with both sides of it. And when, maybe she could have talked about her the whole time, but she did speak about her. But what do you think?
She was, okay, I'll tell you what, the first 2 minutes and 22 seconds, because that's all we got of the clip that we played, that was via Kenzie Venzo of Instagram. So it was only a minute. I mean, it was only could show what it could show. You know what I mean? So it was more that she was saying on there. We don't have that audio right now. Maybe we could pull that up if you want to hear it. But it was very boring. It was very, it was talking about her. So it made it feel like throughout that 2 minutes and 22 seconds that she was talking just about herself the whole fucking time, because it was very boring. But she did get to the premise of just why she was inspired by Aretha Franklin. And if you listen throughout the whole thing, you can obviously hear that she was getting to a point, and people can kind of get some criticism in her not getting to her point fast enough, but it wasn't all the way about her. I don't think that she deserves the backlash maybe she's receiving too crazy, because she was getting to the point. We heard that.
Right. I thought it was way worse than what people, kind of made it seem, look on the outside, but that is what it is.
Right.
That is what it is.
Exactly.
Definitely. So yeah, man, but you're listening to the Unset the Truth podcast with your brother, Old God and Sam, man. Hey, everybody listening, please, on YouTube, go ahead and hit the like button for us, and make sure that you share this video. It definitely helps, get the message where it needs to be. Sam, man, you got the story with Cash Money.
Yeah,
Cash Money, man. Let the people know what's going on with the Cash Money, Lil Wayne situation.
Well, we all thought that everything was cool with Cash Money, Lil Wayne, Birdman. We seen them settle their dispute a couple months ago. But now the blast is saying that Lil Wayne's manager, Cortez Bryant, and his company, Aspire Music Group, sued Cash Money and Universal Music for 1/3 share of royalties from Drake's catalog in 2017. AMG argued they discovered Drake and were thus entitled to revenue from the Toronto rapper's 6th albums. The remaining profit would be split between Cash Money and Young Money. Instead of agreeing to these terms, Cash Money countersued, claiming AMG is a hell of a company, and that Weezy and Bryant conspired along with lawyer Ronald Sweeney to gain a bigger portion of Drake's royalties. Aspire was simply to shell company. Cash Money claims, according to the documents from the blast, there was no business purpose to forming Aspire other than to siphon profits out of a joint venture and to divert those profits to Sweeney, Bryant, Carter, and Young Money. Aspire never conducted any business other than Drake signed to a record label. Aspire has never signed nor sought to sign any single additional artist. What's your thought on that, old guy?
The situation is messy. That whole situation is messy. So I can kind of see, everybody's trying to get every little, dollar they can get out of this whole situation. Now with the Lil Wayne, I mean, I need to do a couple shots. I've seen other people kind of throwing a shot. People don't think that card is coming out. People don't think that he really has anything, left. I know I don't have too much to do with that, but yeah. It's a crazy situation, man. But I see hopefully this being the final, straw in it, so it'll get handled, in court.
Yeah, I mean, that is what it is. I don't think anything's coming to that. I think this is going to get handled in court. I don't think we need to talk about it any further than that till it comes out.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yeah, man, that's it. This is the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother Old God and Sandman from Viral Hip Hop News. We're going all the way in today. Please, if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like button and make sure that you share this video. I'm gonna jump into this one because I thought this is real dope and this would be good for the Hip Hop UN. Go check the website out right now. Business section. Kobe Bryant, a few years ago. Now I know if you go into the stores, I've seen this. It's called Body Armor. It's a drink. I mean, I'll put it up there on the screen. It's pretty much being marketed as a healthy alternative to Gatorade. Well, Kobe Bryant made a $6 million investment, in this sports drink, company called Body Armor back in March of 2014. And now, after Coca-Cola bought a majority stake in the company, is now worth $200 million, and they got a projected $400 million that they're supposed to do in 2018 sales. So, dope, man. Kobe Bryant doing this thing off the court, in business. Saying, man, what do you think about Kobe Bryant, investing $6 million and quadrupling, that to 200 million, now to 400.
I'm glad that it's being shown. I'm glad that we can hear about this because it's more than just dribbling a basketball. We as young people should aspire to do more than this. Young CEOs and entrepreneurs out there, they should understand the power of investing smart, investing early, and seeing their money grow and appreciate, and seeing a long-term goal for their money as opposed to that short, quick money that we may be accustomed to with our jobs or this or that. We all know the situation. It's easy to get money quick, but it's harder to sustain the money and have longevity in wealth. This is a very great blueprint, a very great example from our brother Kobe Bryant in how to invest properly and seeing some gain from your investment, man. Shout out to him, man.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Kobe Bryant. Make sure you add him in this too on Twitter. Make sure you check this out. On
Mamba.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother Old God and Sandman. We're going all the way in today. We are back in the building, and I feel good to be back, on the podcast once again. Hit the like button if you're on YouTube and share this video, and to my SoundCloud people that's coming over here. Peace to y'all, and hope y'all enjoying the podcast. I want to talk about this story right here with my man Fat Joe. Well, apparently Fat Joe was at a steakhouse called Roof Chris. We all know Roof Chris. You don't eat meat, you're a vegan, but
all day long.
In North Carolina, where he was pretty much, told that he could not, sit there and eat because of a dress code violation. But I'm gonna let Fat Joe, speak about the situation in detail. Then I'll get your 1-2 on this, Sam, man. Let's check it out.
What happened was when we arrived, people were so happy to see us, the Patriots and the girls that worked there and all that. So I was confused when the manager approached us and was like, we have a dress code here and we have to enforce the dress code. And what was crazy was I would kind of understand. But, I seen a guy walk in with a FedEx uniform. He had shorts on. I seen a guy with slippers walk in, guy with a tank top with tattoos. We seen at least 10 different people walk in there that, I guess, didn't meet their dress code. And with me, I've dealt with discrimination and prejudice my whole life. So the minute I heard where her tone was going, I just said, yo, let's get out of here. So I had my driver with me. He had a 3-piece suit on. Then I also had my friend TK with me, who has some Gucci track shit. I mean, we go to my Astros, Mr. Child, whatever the biggest steakhouses, Peter Lucas, you name, we go in there dressed like this. So I didn't even want to get into it because, I didn't even want to elaborate on it. So when the driver pulled up, I went right outside. When I went outside, the manager, she came outside and was like, excuse me, sir, let me talk to you. She's like, we do have a room in the back, a private room in the back. The whole thing felt like I was in the South, back of the bus, so I was just like, what was crazy is the woman was black. So I told the lady, I said, listen, miss, I done ate in palaces in Dubai. I done ate in San Tropez. And we always come dressed the way we dress, and we all get nothing but love.
Right.
So I said, what really hurts me is that you look just like me and you pulling this stuff on us. So, you know, we just gonna leave, but guess what? I'm gonna pray for you.
If they're watching this, the people who run the restaurant, what would you say to them?
I don't know, man. I think they just got to be consistent with their dress code policy. That's it.
All right, that obviously is by way of TMZ, as y'all can hear, you know, that particular clip right there. Sam Man, what do you think about this? Initially, Fat Joe, you know, talking about, you know, him being pretty much saying he couldn't even sit at roof, Chris. I didn't really had a dress code.
He was profiled. It might be business casual, depending on where you're at. It's not
really
too crazy. But if you're a celebrity, they let shit go. I mean, who it was per policy towards who? You were the acting manager, you could let shit fly. If the CEO of Roof Cliffs knew that Fat Joe was coming in there, you let shit fucking go. He has those kind of perks. I mean, that's one thing of being a celebrity. You should get some fucking restaurant perks. And he wasn't trying to flex him. And I've met him on a few occasions in Bergata and things like that. And he is real humble. He's not going to be the dude that calls the scene. He's going to keep it pumping. He's going to keep it moving at the end of the day. So he didn't, I'm sure he didn't cause the scene, but it was just real corny. What do
you think about this being a black lady, though?
I think it goes to show you that it really doesn't matter today.
I think
it's crazy.
But hold on before you jump to that conclusion. How do we know that was a black-owned restaurant? It could have just been them, you know, just a worker, just, you know.
And that's why I'm saying it doesn't matter.
Right. Okay.
It doesn't, because she could be in there under the establishment agreeing with that owner wholeheartedly and seeing him in the eyes of her owner, not in the eyes of a woman of color, seeing him equally. So she'll see maybe someone, a gentleman in there that's Caucasian or someone in that's Asian that might come in there, but he flexes money and she knows this. She may not know who the fuck Fat Joe was. She just sees this. He sees that she's getting attention. He could be some rapper, blah, 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 not knowing who he was at the end of the day. But see someone in there that often spends money and will let that go because she appropriates that with her boss's eye. She ain't looking through her eye. She's looking through his.
I think it's ridiculous, to be honest with you. It's ridiculous. Like a Roof Chris. I've never been in a Roof Chris. I always wanted to go. I love steak and all that. You know, I'm not a vegan, but you know, I couldn't be imagined going in here like and being turned down. I would be belligerent.
Right. I mean,
to eat.
Look, first off, you would go in there. You go in different kind of restaurant time. I'm doubting he looked like we did right now going in the Roof Chris. We probably look a little different. The white tee, the black, the t-shirt. All right, we might throw a little something different on a little bit. But that's Fat Joe. I'm saying he don't deserve some kind of perk. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he wasn't in, like, you seen somebody walking with flip-flops. You see somebody walking with that. Hey, I don't sit there and deny me service if I see somebody walking in like that. What if you just came? You don't know where they just came from.
I think outside of money, like, you know, you could do what you want with your business. You can have your own rules. But me personally, I think outside people with their shirt off, you know, stuff like that. I mean, come on. It should have been an exception made. Do you see Roof Chris needs to rectify the situation? Do you think they will?
Hell yeah, they will. It's 2018. This is getting out everywhere. They're gonna have no choice.
Fucking membership.
Yeah, I mean, we're sitting there talking about it. You got Fat Joe on TMZ talking about it. Just the mouth is going to start getting around, and Roof Chris is going to have no choice. This is the power of what we got going on in 2018. The magnitude. You can't get away from stupid shit like this anymore. There's no way to hide from it. They put it out, it's on wax, and it's everywhere in seconds. And you have no choice but to respond. Hell yeah, they're going to respond.
Yes, sir, man. So yeah, definitely. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God and Sam, man. Everybody listening on YouTube, you know, we appreciate y'all. You know, as y'all know, go ahead and hit the like button for me and make sure that you share this video. I want to talk about this one. This deals with us and President Donald Trump. You know, very controversial figure. A lot of people, you know, across a lot of color lines, you know, just pretty much despise him. But a new survey, has came out, and it said that black business ownership has skyrocketed over 400% in 1 year under the obviously the president, you know, Trump presidency. Now, according to a survey conducted by the Lending Club and Gudent Financial, hope I'm saying that right. Among 2,600 entrepreneurs surveyed, 45% of small business owners in the country are owned by minority ethnic groups. Okay, that's a little okay. Now let me go. With the most being owned by African Americans at 19%, while 63% of business owners are men, and 38 of them are women. Now, another thing that kind of stood out here is that they said that most of the business owners, you know, didn't have college degree. whatsoever. So what do you think about this study coming out? And, I want to say shout out to my man Darren, because he did predict this. And he told me the other day, I told you, black business going up under Trump. Kind of crazy to hear this, right?
Is it? Well, how long has he been in the administration in the White House? For 2 years now? A
yeah.
year? Okay. So let's just not pump our brakes. I know that Barack Obama gets a lot of criticism, and he deserves some criticism, but he was a president the last 8 years or 6 years prior to Trump. 8 years. He served 8-year term. Trump's been in for 2 years. So, you know what I mean? It's within the last 8 years, the majority of that presidency has been under Barack Obama. We both know as businessmen, that businesses and flourishing businesses aren't built overnight.
Right.
It takes a little longer than 2 years to create a well-oiled machine that is business. So within these 2 years of his presidency, we cannot yet equate this to him going out and saying that he's the reason for this. It's a great political move. It's a great move on the Republican Party to say that. And I don't have a Democratic Party. That's one and the fucking same. Right. But it's just a great argument to have, because when you see black kids dying in the streets, when you see the injustices that still happen, and you see his rhetoric and things like that, it's kind of hard to believe that he cares. But he is a businessman, and we're business people, so we know how to walk that line and not get caught up in the nonsense either, and the rhetoric and his you know what I mean, his arrogance and things like that. And he does conduct business well. So it remains to be seen. I'll put it that way.
Right.
It remains to be seen. A lot of businessmen love what he's doing. And in the next couple of years, we will see if this continues to grow. I think it will.
Yeah, it will. And then let me continue on. I want to read this. This is interesting, too. Now, it said the survey showed that most entrepreneurs live in the South, with most of them being in Texas, with the exception of California, and top other states include Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, and those are the top states where you can find your black in the South. I don't know, man.
We support each other down there in the South. We support each other down in the South. And we talked about Gucci Man, you know what I mean? Yo Gotti, we support each other down there in the South a little differently than we do up here in the North. Now, I'm not saying that has anything to do. So you sitting there, you're trying to paint the picture as though they down there getting Southern love.
No, what I'm saying is
the Confederates.
No.
As opposed to
what I'm saying is that we can flourish anywhere. And a lot of times people think that the more trinkets that we may get from the government, that we might be better off. But no, it's the more you take away and make us more dependent upon ourselves, the better we get. So people thought this Trump thing was going to, and there's stuff going on. I'm not trying to say sit up here like it's not people being, it's a whole lot of stuff is horrible in this country. But to see that, I think is encouraging, because, we can, especially in the South, we can, in any condition, thrive
anywhere.
Yeah,
I couldn't agree with that more. In the day and age, the day and age of the excuse is dying. Right. Can't make the excuse anymore. Right. Stop depending. Stop making the excuse, because people are out here winning without college degrees. We're finally getting to understand that you can do this and be profitable doing what you love and monetizing your own content, your own vision, your own dream. And we're seeing that more and more. It's definitely, I love what I'm seeing. Right. Don't give a fuck who's behind the presidency. Right. I love what I'm seeing. We got to continue to do this.
No doubt. Yeah, man. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God, and Sam Ant. Yes. We're going in today. Now, this story just popped up here. Beyonce wins a big lawsuit against a man trying to trademark the Poison Ivy Park. So that story just came out. So since last year, Beyonce was involved in a legal battle against the LA company that was trying to trademark the name Poison Ivy Park. Obviously, they're saying the name was far too familiar to Bay's active brand called Ivy Park. Beyonce did win. It's saying, let me see. After the legal team initially filed an opposition to the applications, Beyonce's team said the use of Poison Ivy Park will confuse consumers and also harm her brand. Now, due to her celebrity status, she said that the brand has gained international fame and substantial commercial assets. So Beyonce wins. They win this lawsuit, to keep the name Poison Ivy Park.
Dope. Beyonce. So her name was Ivy Park, and she was suing Poison Ivy Park. Right. Beyonce got that money, man. Right. Poison Ivy been around way fucking longer than Beyonce's ass have. Yeah. And she got that bag, and she made sure that was gone. I don't give a fuck. What you associating it with? It's too close. Right. Don't mess up anything close to my money. Gone. It's dope, man. That's the kind of lawyers we need, man. That loan money. Word. I mean, yeah.
Let's talk about this though, Sam, man, real quick on the way out of here, man. We got to get into this, man. This whole Nicki Minaj. We don't want to let this slip the conversation. You know, Nicki Minaj was going in on Travis Scott, you know, about the whole situation, whatever. But this Cardi B, Nicki Minaj thing, man, it's like you were saying it. And, you know, I'm just like, we know that when you listen to, I know one song, I think it's called LLC, I think on Nicki's joint, a few other songs, she's clearly taking shots at Cardi B, man. Like, so, Sandman, what do you think about this whole, how do you see this whole thing? You know, Nicki Minaj going on, calling everybody's name out, going to doing all these different interviews, taking shots on the album, but won't mention Cardi's name. What's going on with that?
What I think, I mean, has she mentioned Cardi's name? She said she didn't know there was beef between them two, I think. Something like that. But like you said, I mean, it's clear that she's taking shots at somebody, and we all know we're not stupid. She tells us to listen to the bars, we're listening, and it's clear.
Right.
But it's kind of corny, man, because, and like I said, Nicki, I don't think there's a doubt. I don't think there's an argument that if it came to a lyrical battle between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, that there's not much to argue about. Nicki Minaj would win that battle based on bars. But Nicki Minaj isn't winning the popularity contest, not even a little bit. And if she's trying to, it's not helping. I don't know if she's looking forward. I don't know if she's looking to trying to gain people. I don't know what she has, what the play is, and going at all these people and then kind of subconsciously going at Cardi B. I think it's kind of pretty fucking whack. And I think soon she's going to start coming at us because she's been coming at a lot of people. If you mention her name in the wrong way, Nicki's coming at you. But it's just like, damn, Nicki, why not just, if you're going to bring her up, even if it's as far as it's like competition, bring her up. Say it.
Well, when she called out DJ Academics, pretty much calling him fake news. You know what I mean? Saying that the numbers
had him hot.
Yeah. And I kind of feel him, you know, on that, you know, when people try to call it fake news. And quite frankly, man, like a lot of these rappers and stuff I'm starting to see, and not all of them, is real like prima donna, man. I don't even want to deal with a lot. You know, it's just like that. We know what it is already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you know,
she really cares about that #1 spot.
Bad.
She cares about them numbers. I don't hear Travis Scott saying shit about it. He's selling his merchandise. I thought it was dope. Now we thought, and I could personally think that, or I could personally say, excuse me, that I didn't really like the album. But it's not my
Nicki's, really?
Not Nicki's.
Oh, Travis. Oh, yeah.
Not my kind of my flow of music, because this really isn't. But the fact that he dropped merchandise on different days and that was fucking genius. And so money, that's genius.
Right.
Why are you hating on that and bringing that up and saying that he's manipulating numbers as though he cares that much? Now, I don't know if he's just not as vocal about it. I don't know if artists really care about being #1, #2, if they all eat. I really don't know. But Nicki damn sure cares.
You know what's crazy though about this though? I'm gonna keep it a buck though. I was listening to Nicki Minaj's album, and it's a classic, bro.
I like it.
It's a good album, like top to bottom. I was going through listening to it. I'm like, whoa, this is a real good, you know, solid body of work. But then the other criticism, you know, that and people are saying is that, you know, she's supporting her brother and all that, and nobody should be still dealing with Nicki. She should be glad she's in this, you know, particular spot where she's at. What do you think about that?
I'm not gonna put one with the other right now. We've done that. We've done that on occasion.
Right.
And I'm going to give Nicki right now the benefit of the doubt, talk strictly about her music. And I'm going to say that you're 100% correct. I listened to it on the way home because I was listening in Jamaica. I was out there. I'm listening to all the criticism and watching her drop bombs on Twitter and things like that. Just got Donkey of the Day from Charlamagne the Guy in the Breakfast Club. So I'm like, damn, let me listen to Nicki's album for real. I got 3 hours, 4 hours to get on the plane to kill. Let me listen to it. Very, very dope body of work. And I think if she would have just let that speak for itself, if she didn't say a fucking word and just dropped this, man, what could you say about her?
Right.
She'd be on top and didn't say nothing, just was gracious, blah, 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 blah. Say what she had to say. Defend your bars. If you had that to say about Safari and that, because that was personal, hey, I got nothing to say about you on that. But you going at Travis Scott, you going at this person, that person, indirectly going at Cardi B. Talk about her on the album if you feel like talking about her, but then acknowledge the fact that you talked about her on the album if you talked about her. That's all we're saying. If you're gonna go this far and calling out all these other names, then call hers out too.
Yeah, and it was a clip that Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna get your opinion on this clip, you know, right here where Nicki was talking about, I think, you know, Cardi B. Let me pull this clip up real quick. I saw my stuff on my IG.
It's way more competitive, you know. You have people out there. When you say, is Queen a statement of, in your mind, like defending your position?
Competition. I think
people use that word competition loosely.
Okay.
I will say this. People use the word competition loosely. And sometimes I don't know what people mean when they say that. And also I think it's insulting to say I didn't have competition all these years ago, because there's always been great female rappers in the industry. And it's not right to say that.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Having a big push from a label does not make you great. And to me doesn't mean that you're my competition or you're not my competition.
All right, now
she's jumping around.
Right. Then there was another clip where she was kind of talking about that, I'll paraphrase it pretty much, that you really can't you can't compare somebody to me who don't write their own raps and whatnot. I know everybody pretty much heard that, clip. I can't find it on my Instagram right now for some reason, but what do you think about that whole situation, that clip?
I agree with her on that too. I agree with her on that. I could not. And I would agree with her on the fact that she had competition, because Remy shredded her ass. Yeah, she took that loss for real. And I wouldn't agree with her in the fact that she said she had a label pusher, because Young Money pushed the fuck out of Nicki Minaj.
Oh yeah.
And not to say that she didn't do it on her own and she didn't have her own following and things like that, because she did. But the mixtapes and those on being on Drake's mixtape and on Lil Wayne's joint, that helped the fucking situation. They were the hottest thing cooking back then. You know what I mean? A couple years back. So those situations helped propel her when she was on her rise to fame too, and kind of had the same gripe that Lil Kim we were hearing walking out the door have toward her. So I don't know if she felt threatened to seeing a situation maybe that she may have been in early on, and where she thought that Cardi B was on the next woman knocking and they were trying to get her out, because you can obviously see based on the body of music, Nicki's not going anywhere in 2018 or beyond. You keep dropping shit like that, you're not going nowhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't understand where she's going in right now, man.
Well, I heard she called Travis Scott a hoe nigga.
Damn.
Whole nigga of the week on Cream Radio. That's another. We don't get into deep into the, the so-called, all that. We can't get into that here. We like to deal with the real, adult conversations over here, as y'all say, on the comments. But yeah, man, it's been a hell of a show today on the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother Old God and Sam. Man, we got some merch coming real soon, for the podcast, and we will be at Caroline's October 26th. And 27th doing our podcast live. So
let them know.
Check that out, man. Yeah. For TK Kirkland, Charlamagne and Guy, Angela Yee, Doggy Diamonds, and some more people on the lineup. It's gonna be real dope to be in the building that day. So if you can, go check us out there, at Caroline's, man.
Say less, we in there, man.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got. I want to give a few shots out. I want to tell y'all to go to hiphopun.com. If you get a chance, hiphopun.com. to go check out, the latest hip hop news. Got a lot of good articles, over there. And, shout out to the team. And that's pretty much all that I have, man.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone over working at hiphopun.com. Shout out to everyone watching over at Viral Hip Hop News Uncensored, the Uncensored Truth podcast. Or if you're watching on SoundCloud, we appreciate each and every one of y'all who support us. And we'll be out, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Saw you and him walking in the rain, baby. You were holding hands, and I will never be the same.
Alana, what's up, girl? Hey, come take this ride with me. Yeah, shut the door. What's up, baby? How you been? You still looking good? Holding everything in place.
October 26th, it is going down. Gangsta Conversation, the comedy album from none other than T to the motherfucking K, TK Kirkland, going down. Make sure you pre-order your album right here on iTunes. Link in the description box right now. Gangsta Conversation, T to the motherfucking K. Get yours right now. And make sure you stay tuned for the head single on that album, Walking in the Rain, sponsored by TK Kirkland. Get yours right now.